How many people use the internet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's nobody that doesn't use the internet. That's good. Most classes there are people who are still sitting on the fence and say they don't use the internet. They're the accountants, quite right. And I expected this gentleman answered that it was good. He admitted to me in the break that he was an accountant, despite the fact that I asked the question before. What happens when you click on those little blue words on the internet? Not the blue pictures, the blue words. They take you somewhere, right? That's called a hyperlink. How many people know that hyperlinks also exist inside Excel? Do the same, one person, two, going. Well, in the same way that the internet works, you can do the same thing in Excel. So let's have a look at how that works. Let's say that I'm putting this on one page, but let's say you want to be on the front page and you want to go to a specific place on your spreadsheet. In this case, we want to go to the yellow cell. And we're going to create a menu to do that. So what we're going to do is go into cell B6 and we're going to go into Insert Hyperlink. Has anybody used hyperlinks apart from one lady at the back? No? We insert hyperlink and it comes up with a box that looks like that, and I think that's bloody awful because it's very hard to understand. It's just really what's going on here. Because what it's saying is go to an existing file or web page and all these things. What we're going to do is select a place in this document because that's where we are, and life becomes a lot more simple. It says there's only 3 things you need to tell me. First of all, where do I want to go to? So in the middle, we're going to go to the yellow cell, which is H13. All happy with H13? And as I type that, up the top it says the description I'm going to have is sheet 1, H13. So Excel's trying to predict the value. And if I go up there, I can say, well, I don't really want the word sheet I13 because it doesn't really mean much to me, H13, sorry. I can say go to A. All happy with that? So I've typed in my own words. I go OK. And in our little cell, we have a description that says go to A. It's underlined in blue. That's exactly what you find on the internet. See that little cell there? I click on it, and the cursor automatically goes over to the yellow cell. So in an application in a real life spreadsheet, you might have tens and tens of pages, and it might be you want to go to page 10 all the time and do some work and then go back and do something on another page. You can have a hyperlink that goes there. Let's say we want to go to B on the spreadsheet. Now another menu item, insert hyperlink, and we're going to go the same thing, but now down the bottom you can see a whole lot of names, and you know how I used names before, that range name thing, GST and fruit salad and exotic fruits, and what was the other one we used? All those names. I've created one called B, and I simply click on the word B, and up here I'm going to put in the word go to B, or not to B, and there it happens. The cursor goes down to B. See what's happened there?
So you could use this to say go to your assumptions, like
yes, you could.
And then under it you could have go to assumptions, and you could then click that and then bring you up the assumption page to say, oh, okay, now I see where you got that up.
Right, okay. So the example Peter used, you might have a big model and you've got a page called assumptions. So on the front page you could have a menu, simply say go to assumptions, and it will go to that page automatically without having to go across the tab and find out what tab it was, and then you could go somewhere else. Particularly if you've got a model you're using day in and day out. Right, now let's say I've gone to B and I want to go home, down here I can put another hyperlink called insert hyperlink, and I'm going to say, and I've got one called menu, and I'm going to say go home. I go OK, and if I click on that link there, it goes back to the word menu. So I've gone from B, so I can spend the rest of the session today, I'm quite happy playing this. It's like go to B, go home, go to B. You can see the cursors moving around. Everybody happy with that? You're happy if I keep on playing like this? It gets me going, It's cool.